Hey everybody, Steve Sheets here with Ghost Ranch Communications. Wanted to do a quick how-to on working with your PowerPoint interface. If you're an Adobe user, there's lots of overlap in features. The problem is finding them and just getting used to them here in PowerPoint. One of the very first things you're going to want to notice is the Arrange button, which is here on your Home tab. It's the default tab that opens up in PowerPoint. Lots of great stuff hidden in here. Bring to front, send to back, stuff like that. Grouping and ungrouping. There's also hotkeys for all this stuff. Your alignment tools. Rotate, where you can rotate and flip things. And then your selection pane is something you're definitely going to want to turn on. This is essentially your layers from Adobe. It doesn't have a lock feature, but if you want to make sure you're not able to select something, you can always turn off its visibility, turn it back on later. Another thing that I open up right away is I'll right click somewhere, and depending on what you right click, it'll say something different. I right click off the slide, so it says format background. Go ahead and click that. This opens up your formatting pane, which will react and display different options based on what you have selected. Like right now, I can set all kinds of different settings for my slide background. If I have this shape selected, which is holding text, I get not only shape options for like fill, stroke, different effects, and then, the properties of the shape itself, like how big is it, where is it, stuff like that. And you also get text options, which are all very similar: fill and stroke, effects, and then properties of the text box itself. Most of your other text editing features are going to be up here under the font tab: tracking, bold, italic, underline, shadows, which, lives over here too, as well as your font size, stuff like that. Then in your paragraph tab, you've got kind of your text alignment options, as well as, where is it aligned within the box itself. And then line spacing. You've got line spacing options. This is a really important area where you can set the before and after. This is your paragraph spacing. And then the line spacing itself is your leading, where you can set that to whatever you might need. I tend to use multiples so that it reacts to the size of the font itself. You can get very specific here to get very exact leading. Very cool how finite that can get. And then once again, I know I right clicked off the slide earlier. It was a pretty short menu. But if you were to right click on, I don't know, let's do some text and see what happens. Your right click menu also changes depending on what you have selected. Now, I've got a lot of plugins and stuff, so yours might not look exactly like mine. You can see there's lots of options in here for your formatting as well. And once again, this will change depending on what you have picked. Like that was specifically text. I right click the actual shape. You can see I've got some arrange options, stuff like that. So just things to keep in mind. Most of what you're going to need can be accessed pretty quickly here by right clicking, or in the formatting pane. You can see here this area is called the quick access toolbar. This is totally customizable, and I've set mine up to all the tools I use the most. We've got an entire video on setting up your quick access toolbar. Please check that out. Like and subscribe if this video is helpful for you, and thank you so much for your time. Bye.